So that's why I think that G2 have been pretty creative here. They've leveraged the double flex of the Cassio and Anivia. They have moved the Anivia into mid lane and they've brought out the Cassio top. So
Lane's still getting bullied, but Han Summon's still picking up CS. It is, of course, the top lane that we need to see how it recovers. Okay, never mind. A bit of frost thrown at Yahoo. Gets Seismic Shot back, but Caps keeps putting him into the frostbite. Again, a Glacial Storm. Yahoo, one more bit of frostbite, and his toes were getting the flash out of the Nautilus support. Might give a bit of leverage down bot.
Yeah, it does mean that like you're just kind of looking at a trade now for the objective. Skewmon going top for the Void Grubs, Dragon going to be started by KC. And with the flash gone on the Nautilus, I'm curious if KC trying to look for a bit more afterwards, especially if Sama has gone this low. This could be a potential dive after the Dragon if KC want to.
Dragon needs to take this quick. Smite's going to get it at 1,000. Yike, Vault Breaker over the wall. You said, Dagda, this is coming.
Yeah, I think the fact that you see that Void Grub announcement means they can go for it.
Clearing the wave, sneezes a little bit, but it's not enough for Han Summer. Vault Breaker flash. Oh, he tries to predict Han Summer flashes anyway. Encore comes through, and now with a double stun against the turret, it's looking a bit messy. Flap over the wall to escape as Yike is stuck in a melee range. He'll die too. A couple of minions to help out on a dredge line. Casey spent way too long under that structure.
Shout out to Lebrov. That was beautifully played as Skewmon now looking for...
So he gets the River Fruit. However mysterious. Looking for a seismic shove onto Skewmon. Skewmon pulls back. Lebrov has moved into his brush. It's control warded. As the Fadelight tries to spot out what's going on with G2, there's the Weaver's Wall. Dredge line in, turns into a fight. Depth charge onto Kalist. It's 4 versus 3 for now as Mum brings in the 4th. Now, yeah, who's stuck in the middle against Skewmon. And a double goes to Caps to open up the fight as Kalist. And a 1v throws the flash away. The encore goes through everyone, but Bucio's left alone. KC bit off the fight, but I don't think they wanted to start it.
KC thought they could take it, but the numbers...
to allow for G2 to find the kills they need to win the fight.
Great flash from Skewmon on the flick back as well. Meant that so much of that damage was just nullified. And G2 now with control, find Bucio.
Bucio is face checking. Cap's going to get the stun. Wait for the frostbite to connect. The damage after Crystallize gets his flash out. Bucio lucky to be alive, and yet we did a 2.5k gold lead with everything going wrong. And that play, as you said, it really opened up for G2. Might be game-breaking. Jacques gets over the wall, but spot out by G2. He flashes immediately. He's hit by depth charge. A Crystallize in his way and an audacious charge. Everyone charging down Yike as he regrets queuing blind into his blue.
That was blue, but with mid missing and Lebrov teaming up with Skewmon, it comes back to what the analyst desk was setting up at the beginning of the day. We needed to see support plus jungle pairing up. Caps now the target.
All right, well, Weaver's Wall will start it off. Caps, remember, still has Egg. There's another wall, though, as well. One's icy, one's rocky, and the icy one did a better job as shoved back from Yahoo saves his life. Skewmon on the charge. Dragon does go down in the end. G2 even it up, one apiece here.
He's one of the few Anivias that chooses not to go for Tia. He instead just prioritizes the Rod of Ages to then get an earlier spike as the Ghost's going to be popped from Yahoo.
It is indeed. Glacial Storm still out, though, looking for the flick back. Yahoo going to play the 1v1. There's the seismic shove. Perfect, but now into the egg. Does Yahoo have enough damage? Threaded volley part 1. Here comes the second in a second, but at half HP, Arrow gets him from downtown. Kalist saves the play. Yahoo relied on that man, and that man delivered.
The corner of the hitbox connects for Kalist, and Yahoo manages to pick up the kill. That barely
9
hit.
seconds away as he's still on the track of respawning. There's going to be a tower, and Casey at the very least gets something back here in game 1.
It's very needed for Yahoo after the way the lane's been going.
Skewmon is hunting though, hasn't found him.
Wrong brush, audacious charge, Weaver's Wall. Doesn't get him, gets challenged, but eventually runs out.
Good use of the ulti from champion. Dragon going to be spawning in a minute's time as the hook connects. Red stolen.
Oh, well, Lebrov. He gets a double earlier, and he just autos a red buff down.
Oh, Kalist.
Kalist is going to arrow depth charge, though. Kalist is by himself, relying on Bucio over the wall. The flash, the auto Kalist will get out of dodge, but hit with an audacious charge. A new dredge line. Lebrov's going to hit it all while Skewmon hits down the French AD carry. Flapping over the wall, it's Han Summer for the kill and responds. And Lebrov on engaged champions is giving me some nice deja vu.
G2 looking to contest the red buff. Say, Casey, you can't fight us here. Casey, say, wanna bet? And G2 go, hell yeah.
Not available, but from range, think about Broken Blade, what he can do if he gets uptime, even without an ulti. Casey going to move away from Skewmon, sending out the Wind Becomes Lightning, audacious charge to get the engage. Lebrov at an angle here. Kana free fish, but I don't know. He finds Bucio instead, and the dive begins. G2 in, now G2 out. Kana runs back in as well. He has to snap back as Lebrov gets the auto attack. He will die for the first death of his game, but Wind Becomes Lightning with a 3-talon strike, and Skewmon returns to the scene of the crime.
Skewmon is trying to shore up and get some gold into them, but G2 are a team that do not let you do that, so for KC, they have to be very careful.
Vedius wanted this. He encores only one, but there's a catch up here behind him. I don't know what they're trying to fish, but I would throw that fishing rod away. A double kill over the Broken Blade, and it keeps getting worse for KC.
He's getting pushed in by Caps. He's now got a 4-level advantage, and bear in mind his Rod of Ages hasn't even fully stacked yet. That's about to stack, giving him the level 16 as well. Kana can only split push as there's no real other
map. And now we're seeing a similar story in this one where the Brav is doing better than Busio in this game.
It's not the first time saying that. I mean, as bot turret goes down, KC are going to lose their inhibitor and the turret with it top. This trade is very small for G2. Does inhibitor add some pressure in?
Like, this is very much when, like, you go back to old iterations of G2. Oh, LeBron.
He is by himself. Yeah, he's going to flick him, but he gets the dredge line out. Broken Blade's coming as well. And G2 do have backup. He turns it into an engage. Yehu doesn't flash. He does get out to Yehu's credit of not pressing the button.
Yeah, G2 now going to start to siege up. KC hoping to hold on here. They do have multiple members on the top side, looking to see if Caps is going to step up solo. Does Yike cancel the recess?
Try to build a Nivy, love to see it. Waiting for the Flash Frost, gets the stun. Kana in trouble. Good damage already. Next Frostbite puts him to half HP with the Glacial Storm. And the dodge away from the Tempest. Gets flashed on by Yike though. Caps is going to go into the egg form, but Yike can't finish the off. TP's going to come in for backup, and Broken Blade is slithering hella damn fast. Kana needs to ulti over the wall to escape, but Skumon is going to follow the trail. This Yone has TP. He's got to use it fast, but even will he survive with Miasma over the line? No, he's dead. Skumon finds him. Meanwhile, Mum called in mid lane. Yeah, who's going to wall out because another TP from G2 looks to catch KC out.
Yike is just
now with very few options to turn this game around.
I want to go back to one of the things we were talking about, Betty, though, with the drafting, because I think the most surprising part of this iteration of G2's draft.
Absolutely.
So I think it's been incredible to see him, you know, now operating at this newfound level on all these carry picks, and it's making a lot for G2. Oh, and
LeBron does go into his death though, so nice little bait here, but Kalist without a flash, can it be punished? 4 versus 5, the setup from Kana. Fate sealed onto 2, KC now strike. Yike gets in for the double, and G2, you'd think, are they losing this fight? Yes, surely they are. The kite back as Hansama tries to get some burn down, but Skumon's going to run out of the ulti. Get Yike in the end, but KC defend. Hans is thinking about what angle he can take as he sneezes over the wall, but that one ain't wet enough. Shut down going over to the mid laner, and KC managed to defend.
And caster curses aren't real, Betty. They really can't.
Because it really is, isn't it? A 3-item Talia. I mean, again, might think on Talia, but seismic shove. Look at the damage. Yike gets over the wall. Broken Blade's caught, and the arrow. He's going to go golden, but Broken Blade is dead meat. Snake is on the menu for dinner, and KC have an opportunity to think about Baron.
Another big pick for KC as now they can threaten the Baron. Keep Miles on the minimap. Look at Yike. Look at his flank. There's no jungle on the Baron, G2.
Oh, Yike. The angle, the GA, the play. Hansama going to poke his way in. At 11k, it's going down to it quick. The Weaver's Wall, the engage. He found Caps, now he found Hansama, the encore. The fate sealed. Everything for the tiny dragon as Kana gets the shutdown. Skumon's already ulted. He has no way out as the Death Clutch is going to come in clutch again from Yehu. He might die to Caps in the end, but as Caps goes into his egg, KC not only back in this game, they're in the driver's seat now.
KC looked like they were on the brink, but just like that, they find the fight, they find G2, and the Baron is theirs.
Well, now this game 1 becomes very interesting.
Of attack from KC.
KC now in the pits. Yike has the aggro.
Ball breaker. Oh, blocked. Lebrov got blocked. He's going to be slowed down, stunned up as Mum gets called. Broken Blade also caved off on the back of this pit. Kana looking for an entry, looking for a snake. Yike jumps in, Skumon, audacious charge, dredge line as well, double root down, Yike in trouble, looking for that smolder execution, and he will find it. Kana waiting for his moment to get over the wall as Dragon now the thought, G2 get it, they've got Ocean Soul, Encore gets 3 though, maybe winning fight in the front to back is Kalist. Here we go, the gliding, walled off once again as Kana gets out over the wall. Hansama meanwhile is looking for that Yone top, but KC have to lose the fight because...
And that wall that we were talking about, that combo to keep people away from the follow-up.
Kana found Glacial Storm in his way. Mum gets called in as well. Kana gets hit from range. And oh! Kana flashes into it, but LeBron hit the slam dunk.
My goodness, look.
Yeah, he knows that there's not really much of a threat on towards this top half of the map right now. We'll just continue to push in as Skumon fishing for him.
Might be dead. Weaver's Wall is up and available, going to be used here, but interrupted. Gets 3 Talon Strike knocked up. Yeah, who isn't going anywhere, and Skumon's going to take him alive. That's a joke. He's dead for sure. Flushes away. But Cavalry's coming in. It's Caps. It's Lebrov. Who do you want to die to? It's going to be Caps to claim the kill.
So another pick. This one still not that devastating. Ooh,
okay.
Zonya's going to be popped. Hansama able to dodge away from the ulti. Provides means that stopping the siege is going to be tough.
And again, Inhibitor's going to go down. Yike is still not here. He's doing his Raptors. G2 are threatening that they might just end. They think, yo, Yike's not actually on the map right now. One turret is going to be dropping down, maybe at least a bit more damage on the second. Next wave coming in, but G2 not going to overforce. Nexus turret number 1. Slowly but surely, you got to think it's going to be dropping down.
The burn gets it.
Yeah, it does take it down. So KC had their jungler away, and Yike is going to lose.
They're going to start this one off. They might just rush it down.
I mean, it's gone. I feel like it's gone. Look at where Skumond is on the map right now. There's no Hex Gate, so this is done. KC, great peace of mind, awareness, and all-round decision-making.
This area of the map. And observe, if you can show us what KC can see right now, it's not a lot.
It's not indeed. Dredgeline in, starts it off. Kana getting low, a depth charge onto Yike. He has to separate, but Lebrov about to die to an auto to Khalid. Crystallite slows the play, but the arrow does not. Finds Caps snapping with the cease and desist in as well. An encore onto 4, and a fate shield. Kana will find them all, but the Dragon patience, the stacks from Hansama burning down with the petrifying gaze as Broken Blade kite set out. Meanwhile, the egg respawning. No, that ain't an egg. That's a man with a spear, but he too will drop as KC have won yet another fight. 2 members left, slithering away. One flapping as hard as he...
They convert that into a pick onto Caps, and then they just run G2 down with an objective that KC should have had no business approaching.
Bliss willing to walk up. He's got that GA intact, and in fact, 3 members of KC do. With this Baron buff, they have a bit of survivability. They have a second life, a second win. Baron's going to push in. Inhibitor turret is now dropped. Inhibitor's going to go with it. And G2 on the legs of their base in a very back and forth game. The Crystallize going to stop the top wave, but eventually that too will cross back in. And top turret will be under threat too.
G2 have 3 super minions on the bottom side. That's why they're trying to delay here. See if they can force KC to back away. But KC, they want the second inhibitor.
No Anivia flash is big. Caps didn't burn it last play when he got caught by the arrow. As TP flank, are we seeing it?
No, this is what I'm talking about. There's 3 super minions in this wave. So KC need to try and reset, which is buying the time that they need. I think it should. Actually, no, the inhibitor going to reset.
Enough to end the game. It very much depends. Oh, look at the positioning. Look at Yike.
Angle's good. I'm waiting for it. Weaver's War going to start it off. The arrow into Caps again. He gets cleansed. He has the egg, but he doesn't have flash. Remember that. All in is Kana. Fate sealed. Caps goes golden. No mum is called as Yike goes in. He immediately flashes out. Kana also out as well. This is not good. This is not good for KC. Yike about to get Dragon stack. Hansama dodges away from the flick as KC's health bars are low. The sneeze going to get the sneeze, or rather the slow onto Yike. He gets out, but KC burned a lot.
I mean, that was flash for Yike, flash for Kana, flash for Lebrov, flash for Hans, flash for Skumond. I would say that ultimately KC are the winners. They got a lot out.
As that new target alongside Kana. KC starting it up. G2 not really in position. Caps is trying to clear it in the midway.
It's going down fast as well. Broken Blade's going to see it first. Looks for the walk up. Still won't find it, but now that he's walked into maybe certain death, it could be his life that's under threat. Lebrov's going to dodge away from the arrow, rather get hit by it, but slowed on down. Khalid flashes in. Lebrov up first. Next is Broken Blade. They ran in, as you said, Betty. They didn't have much either on the side of G2, and they decided to wing it.
What was the game plan there from Broken Blade? He walks into melee range of KC all at the Baron. He had very few options on the side of G2 to help provide him. Lebrov ends up dying to help keep him alive, and now with the Baron buff, KC can look to end the game.
This should be it. KC with a huge comeback in game number 1 against G2, and they're on to the Nexus.
Looking for their 4th game of the year so far. Hansama gets knocked on. There's a bit of burn, but mum isn't enough to save the little dragon's life as Skumond looks for at least a kill to slow down the play. Caps doing the same thing, but 1 Nexus turret and the immediate future now a second. KC going to lose Kalist as well as the GA gets popped, but a bare Nexus is there. Yeah, who will poke down, and KC will revive their game 1.
A fantastic bounce back from KC. They were so good at punishing the mistakes of G2. Mistake after mistake. KC was poised, primed, and ready, and what a turnaround from KC.
Shox, Kalist, and Astroglide on the Ash once again, eh?
And the beauty of this composition is it doesn't really matter how far behind you are. There's always opportunities at every stage in the game to come back. And so if G2 is going to play...
I love the idea you're in LeBron's DMs like, mate, please.
I'm in every support's DMs, okay? I will take any blitzcrank I can get.
Sweet. Tanglebub's only going to hit to Hansama. Maybe saves it. Arcane shift forward though. Busio in the firing line with the Mystic Shot. He flashes away. Now Kalissu's got low mana and no problems yet. That Mystic Shot hit, maybe that'd be a different story, but the KC bottom lane forced out yet again here. As the wave's going to be pushed on in, and the 2v2 of Kalissu and Busio not looking amazing.
Same level of power. And Hansam and LeBron have been doing a great job of just getting in the face of KC consistently and finding consistent damage and making sure they have to reset.
I mean...
Oh, flash. Okay, Tether as well. Kalissu now flash as well. No summoners in the bottom lane. Busio slowed down the Tangle Barbs. Saves his life, but I think there's enough damage following up. Mystic Shot not going to be hit, but Skumond in range. An auto attack, throwing a rock, and first blood will navigate into Skumond's hands.
The question we had was, can Skumond ping there from Skumond? He is just consistently telling his team where Yike is on the map as the ult gets dropped in mid.
Classic.
It's also a good ping forward from Skumond, so it took red and put in that ping to spot it exactly what what Yike was pathing. So overall, G2 just with full info, basically as to what Yike's up to.
Oh, but Yike actually choosing not to go for the grubs. I thought that he would just do a cross map here. I think that was part of the motivation.
Tanglebub's bullet time. Oh, Hansama in the thick of it, but he's going to get out. Busio is pretty low though. Skumond looking for an angle.
Yeah, I thought Yike was resetting to cover for a potential dive on bot lane, but with that ultimate doing a lot of work, maybe they don't...
Spot out Skumond on the run in though. The Len's going to catch it out as pings are going down. Shield of Duran in the top lane. Kana has overheaten, and after a Justice Punch, Broken Blade gets some damage down, but a Flame Spitter, he might be in trouble. This Galio getting toasted to a crisp as Kana gets a Harpoon to follow. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Arcane Shift from Hansama gets Busio low. Heel's going to burn out, and Busio up for contention. Skumond doesn't have another smite, but he's being annoying. As Yehu might be one-shot here. Caps looking for some poke down as under turret, he's going to get the stun up. Caps is not taken up. Yes, actually he is. Never mind. He spreads it through Tibbers. He was tanking and he still got the kill.
Wow, that was extremely impressive by Caps. He did. The Dragon becomes an uncontested objective. Yike is forced to go to his top side. And while the Malignance is now finished, Yehu definitely would have loved that. Oh dear.
Pop Blossom, flash immediately from Caps. Tanglebub's going to follow up, and here's a bullet time. Caps is going to get on out. He's got a bit of HP to work with the Rod of Ages, but a shove on in with Ishtal. Busio safe for now, but another TP. KC want to fight this because G2 has overstepped with their mid laner being where he should not be. Yehu, Tibbers not up and available, only a stun. Dragon won't start because of this, as KC try to send it for the TP mid.
Big mistake from Caps. That was about to be a knockout punch from G2. You had Kalissu opened up mid to cover for Yehu, which means that Hansam was getting more plates in the bottom side. Dragon was about to be taken, and Caps would have caught that mid lane structure. Now instead, you lose Dragon. You still get the tower bot lane, but you don't have Kalissu lose as much of that CS on the bottom lane. And now KC get control over mid as well. So it's still...
Tibbers now comes out for what it's worth. G2 going to back off here on a ward. That's where Hansama's basing. Meanwhile, Shield of Duran trying to catch Busio, who gets on out with the Proto Belt. Bit of poke damage from Lebrov as well. Yike has found him, looking for the pick. No Cyclone as of yet, as Lebrov gets the movement speed and an Inner Flame to slow down the Monkey King. He's going to be rooted for now with Winds of War getting some poke as well. And we do drive-by part 2. Caps is going to teleport in, and he's at Realm Warp, so he'll just take this. Yeah, can he get away with the TP? Yes, he can. Impale was used and missed in the midst of that play. And no death for Yehu.
I do think...
I think you just take tower.
I think there's no reason not to drop the Herald in mid, unless they had another side lane play in mind. But you're guaranteed to get another push on the second tower here, I think.
Sends into a dive. Tower not going to be there for long. It's Broken Blade behind enemy lines. Kind of burns him for a little bit, but all out of time.
Well, what I'm imagining they're going to try and play for is like try and get pushed with Ryzen's top side, which has been pushed off, into then he shifts across the mid. You then have Hansama shift across the bot, and they use it on this bot lane turn in just a second instead.
They're just going to drop it bot.
I mean, they see multiple members of KC top, right? So at this stage, I think they can just go for it.
There it is. Yeah, they're just raw chucking it down bot lane, being like, here you go. Have some gold, Broken Blade. You've been weak side for pretty much this entire game.
Not taking much damage. Now with a Skarner as well with Ishtal's impact and an Impale. Ulti on the spot. Kana can't go back to his turret. He flashes eventually, wins the 4 trades. The burn won't be enough. Broken Blade flies downhill. And G2, meanwhile, are making another play. Hansama looks for Boucher, who's getting low. Arcane shift forward, and Q to the face. A mystic shot with Yike now down the firing line. A Cyclone finally used, but he too will die with an Arcane shift. A double over to Hans Sama, winning across the map for G2.
It's 5-0 for G2. They are right in front of the Baron as it spawns, and they're going to be happy to take that one.
What a fascinating sequence of events. A Herald gets dropped bot, which G2 convert into a kill onto Kana. They don't get the tower. Meanwhile, a cross-map play is happening where Casey, they're not really committing to anything. It's just the bot lane of G2 have said,
see, I have so much health. It's a monkey. You can't get me.
I don't know. I can't play the game. I'm so tilted.
Oh no.
It gets instantly cleared by the Ryzen top. The Herald bot is too much pressure for him to really answer. Skewon's running around on his go-kart, finding kill after kill.
Ishtal's impact, impale, Kana. He burned his summoners before he's dead. He tries to equalize away with Baron. They've got enough health to play through. In a turret now under threat, and Kana's going to die a second time. G2 on an onslaught. This time all they got to do is fix up how they get into the base, and the game should be theirs.
So, people at home might be wondering, why are range supports considered so OP? This is a perfect example of why Karma has basically been pick or ban for most of the split. This game is a result of the bot lane dominance, where they just won the 2 versus 2.
Yeah.
The Skarner had an easy lane to play through. They secured the bot tower. You win like 1 or 2 fights, and the snowball turns into this. Like, it just cascades into enemy jungle has no available plays, while this Ezreal is just running rampant on the Rift.
Buso, I mean, he can't play as well. Here comes Pop Blossom in front of it in Nexus again. Yeah, who gets it? Flash into the backline, bullet time as well. Galliol layers down, but it ain't going to be like game 1. Protobelt into Kana's way. The flash forward from LeBron, going to find Kana. Stunned up, rooted down. The poke from Hans Sama hits hard to the ground with Winds of War, getting Buso low as well. And LeBron takes Kana to the wing. Khalid's going to flash away, but as Broken Blade looks for another wind, it is G2 who break open the base and will not be caught napping like game 1.
10k gold lead.
But nothing more. LeBron might be dead. Maybe an Annie time. Tipper's coming in. Yike coming in as well.
What is he doing?
He's by himself. You know what? Leave LeBron alone. He's going to press W and heal up. Maybe it's a bait. Realm Warp. He dodges the Incinerate. Maybe it was a great bait. Skewon's going to do some driving, gets the slowdown.
There's no way this works.
Yeah, that was genius. Broken Blade looks for an entry in. Nothing really happens of it. Not here with the wave intact. Next one coming in through the mid lane. Bot's going to take some time, and KC on their defense yet again. Kana gets top push, and we did talk about this in game 1. KC getting their waves in order, gave them a bit of room to breathe. At least G2 can't just transition this. As KC looks to try and defend the bot wave, but Hans Sama is just going to move in there. The only problem is top's already being dealt with an inhibitor down, so G2 don't really care if Kana pushes that wave back. With double inhibitor now dropping, they see Kana on the next wave, and they know they can take this for free. Yike, flank, onto Caps, Thoughts. He's going to be spiraling there as Pop Blossom in from Boosie on the same time gets Broken Blade, but the problem is Broken Blade is a bit of a tank. Skewon gets an impale onto the Annie, and G2 are mopping up. I swear KC thought they could find something cleanly here in this second game, but they were wrong. 11-0, make it 12. The pile of kills is stacking up for G2 at 27 minutes, as KC have not picked up a single dub in that first column. Game 2, a better retribution for G2.
It was a perfect game.
Apart from the Dragon, let's call it perfect. We got a series, and G2 did not make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much a flawless victory for G2. The only criticism I had of them was...
Jake, so BB, you didn't dive the bot lane inhib tower this game. What changed? Why didn't you do it?
I mean, perfect example of you learn from your mistakes. We had a very nice game.
Yeah.
Very happy about this one.
I mean, the early game does seem to go your favor a lot. We had a little voice snippet by Yike mid-game after you guys dove Cannon bot and then they killed him on top side. He said he was so tilted he couldn't play the game. Do you share any empathy and sympathy towards him?
Not anymore, since he's not my teammate, so...
Wow, harsh words, harsh words. Best of luck your next game, baby.
Like, how do Azir and Corki move up to auto attack?
Like, we've seen Kana play Sion a bunch. Like, anyway, it ultimately doesn't matter. What does
These
matter?
tools available for if Skewmon tries to make some plays, I think is going to be a little bit more difficult, just based on the composition they have. Because honestly, I'm not the biggest fan.
Ghost, auto, hang on. I don't think Broken Blade is as well. He's getting auto down to death. Low health bars. Kana looking for the card. Flash over the wall, gold card. Kana sees him. Kana takes him down. A solo kill at 1 minute 27.
That's crazy. LEC. Who knows how different the LEC could look without him as, ooh, that's a big bubble.
Backer in as well, onto Lebrov, they're capitalizing. Tidal Wave is only going to find one though. Lebrov turns it around to get the Glitter Lance down. There's the Arclight of Ruin at max range as Hansama transcends to find help in the 2v2. Lebrov now has Skewmon coming to his aid as well as he just hit level 6. He's got Wild Growth. He's got a Lee Sin who might be blind, but he ain't deaf to the potential play.
Ooh.
Oh, this is
They got a kick into the wall with a Sonic Wave resonating strike. A Tempest cripple's not enough. Wild Growth won't keep him alive. First blood over to Busio. A good counter play as he just sets up with the ebb and flow. And Acro Prison not going to jump in with distortion, but Yike won't be able to send his
He
call.
needed one more auto attack, but the bubble placement from Busio was perfect.
Get him, slap him. Acro Prison dodged away from him.
Busio loses this.
Combat, ebb and flow, Glitter Lance. Oh, you love to see it. It's a Lebrov solo kill, by the way.
That's crazy. That's just...
Wait, it's only Lebrov and Busio that have solo kills now as supports, isn't it?
Boys. In we go. All the Mega Nard. Broken Blade ran out of time. Eviscerate over the wall as Yike is going to flash as well. Caps has already done good damages. Kana's holding onto a gold card. He'll launch it into the LeBlanc after a Darkened Dagger sets the dogs. Double, in fact, as Yike gets out.
But hey, KC ultimately still in the lead. They have a gold advantage. Now Lebrov might be in danger.
Good Phosphorus Bomb as well. Gatling Gun is shredding down his armor. Lebrov takes a big chunk. He's got double buff, though, because he did get a solo kill.
He has to base, though, immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he does need to try and reset. I don't think you're in a position where you can really try and sit up here. But the way this pushes Kana.
Caps in a good spot as well. The chains are down, flashing away. Kana won't get out. He gets electrocuted. Caps is doing it on the LeBlanc again.
Open up for BB now to just try and sit and farm up on this top half of the map. Kana, because you can see the freeze happening top side, going to try and open mid with Dragon here as well. Has that ultimate, and he's going to use it.
Hound kick. Skewmon still gold carded up, stunned up. He safeguards over the wall. The chase continuing. Yike is going to eviscerate. Meanwhile, Caps gets the rest of KC away, but safeguards. Skewmon does to Krugs. Okay. It's not Doran, but it's close as Hansama's been Wild Growth in the bottom lane. Lebrov now caught out of dodges. Yike is looking for another kill. Busio will be slowed. Hansama gets over after he transcends. Arclight of Ruin. Acro Prison dodged away. Yike eviscerates one more time in the double dark and daggers with Killis. But the Gatling gun will get the kill. Meanwhile, we go to the top side. It is indeed pandemonium here in the LEC starter playoffs as Kana dies. I love it. I love it. Game 3 delivering already. That's kills across the board.
These fights are bedlam that are going on here.
But not bad.
And with the pressure that they have on the bot side, it's going to be a difficult one to fight. I stand corrected. It's Caps. Caps level 11.
Yeah.
He's almost getting a level a minute, by the way.
Dragon reset as well there. For a hot second.
Cap jumps in. Double distortion. Going to be call of the pack to get out. Sigil is going to proc the electrocute now. Cap's found out by Yehu, who wants to call in the Emperor's Divide. He does in the rest of his team. Hound's Pursuit finds Cap. He jumps back, though. He's a frisky little demon, that guy. As Lebrov gets hit by the Corky, the range is enough the shield as well. Dragon gets stolen by Skewmon as Cap. Looks for the kill, jumps back into Yehu. Gets the chain! With Skewmon, he plays in and out. I said frisky demon. That guy's unkillable, apparently. A double, meanwhile, we look at the top lane, and Kana's going to ghost out, but with Hyper, a boomerang not needed. Broken Blade gets a solo kill, and G2
Skewmon gets a kill. He's then soloing out Yehu. Cap says, oh, I want an assist on that one. Dashes back into the fight. Meanwhile, Kalist cannot actually get in range to kill Caps. Like, it was diabolical that Caps got away with that. Oh, and they're diving
He's
Yehu.
found a route down. Sonic Wave not going to connect. Keeps Yehu alive for now, but a Tempest, the cripple. And Lebrov somehow gets the kill at 3-0. But Caps and Skewmon now putting off work. Phosphorus Bomb on a Hansama. Tidal Wave is going to catch as well. Yike looking for the dive with the Hound's Pursuit. He targets Hansama. The dive continues. A barrier used, but the job not done. The Transcendence helps out as Hansama dives to Busio.
Cap CP though.
Broken Blade about to go Mega as well. You're right. Caps can close the distance. Kalisz has to run. His flash available with a barrier as well. Caps thinks about going in. He gets poked out. The damage from Broken Blade with just the house. Caps gets over the wall. Sends up for the Cho with the slaying. The chain slow rather. Into the wall. It's an easy shove. A flash over from Kalisz. Broken Blade dodges the Aqua President Busio. Kalisz somehow get away. If only just.
Broken Blade sent the house over the wall. Being able to go in and get back out, going to be pretty clutch.
Yike looking for a play down the bottom lane. Skewmon found out Busio is mega deep. Tidal Wave used, but I think it might be a tsunami the other direction. Good damage going on to Skewmon as Yehu's now here as well. His head guard's over the wall, but he's sent back. The ulti from Yike is going to commit and find its mark. Wild Growth keeps Skewmon alive, but not for long. Yike has a reset on the Hound's pursuit, and now a gold card looming for Hans Sama's future. You're right, it is a magic trick, but this time it's used on Hans Sami. KC have got 5 members in the bottom lane. Busio was the bait. He's low, but he'll tidal wave up. He'll ebb and flow, rather. This dive on G2 is going to connect. And Broken Blade is a mini nah. Tries to hop over, but he too is dead. Double shutdown while Cap committed to top. But KC are bringing themselves back in this game.
An excellent gold swing for KC as they find 4 kills and lose no one. Yes, they will give up. He's trying to heal up where he can from the minions.
Gold card again. Skewmon ready for a target. Broken Blade going into the Mega Knight at the start of the fight. Caps pokes his head into Yike as Herald gets placed down mid. This will get a charge. Broken Blade hops on in, gets a stun onto Yike. Throws the house, but he gets gold carded. And he's isolated. House pursuit is free. Wild Growth looks like a bait, but it's not. Caps tries to bump on in. Yehu misses the ulti. Tidal Wave is going to miss as well, though. G2 are left with 4 versus 5. KC should have this Drake.
Broken Blade went in, but had zero way of getting back out. And Yehu forcing that flash from Caps, or else he would have been quick to join him. KC are coming alive here, and they are not letting G2 play the game.
Was a great punish onto Broken Blade. I think you're completely right. He is deathless in this game, and he has a full level over Hans Sama. So he's been having a great game so far. He's been playing around the threat of Caps. He is kind of the guy to watch right now.
Flash gold card, gets his caught out. It's LeBron. That opens things up. Baron's up on the top side of this map. We'll see what KC find.
Yeah, I mean, you've opted in towards the early Ardent Sensor here as LeBron, which does make sense when you've got the
draft. It was, we expect a tank in top lane, right?
Yep.
You've got Corki Azir, usually you play front to back. But the beauty of this Twisted Fate is it's a champion that can actually go up against...
Oh my god.
I was going to say can go up against Caps in a side lane. I was wrong.
This is a wall kick. It is Sonic Wave, resonating strike. I mean, yep. Sorry, Betty, what were we talking about?
Yeah, so mobility, but also just the mobility on a bunch of members of G2. That's the threat that G2 is always having to navigate, but if G2 just finds pick on a side lane, then none of it really matters. As long as they get those kills, they're in a good spot.
Spotted out waiting. Caps just looking for an angle. KC are on the bottom side. Meanwhile, finding Broken Blade out in rotation. He hops over, but that's a Corki. Phosphorus Bomb, the big one, not going to connect. Kalisz flashes forward. Now there's truly a big one in the chamber. Kalisz needs one more auto, and he'll find it with Gatling gun, and Skewmon comes in to try and save the life. Caps as well. The burst onto Kalisz, but he gets dove. A reset now for Yike, calls in the Hounds. The dogs are out unleashed, and Hans Sama going to drop with them. Skewmon the only one left alive. Yike with a triple, with a double Dark and Dagger, sending out the rest of the dogs. KC come alive again.
KC constantly catch G2 in rotation. Last time it was LeBron, this time it's Broken Blade.
Excellent target focus. Kalisz is often untouched, and the damage is unrelenting. G2 find themselves in a very tricky situation as KC will secure a 23-minute Baron and have such...
Picking and choosing who KC trying to take down.
All right, Dragon will give us some time. 26 kill game, 25 minutes. It has been explosive. It's been fantastic.
And now in this next fight, that could be a well-needed Mikhails that isn't available.
Over the wall is Yike, threatening this turret. Inner turret is a big hit here for KC. Their Baron has expired, but the fight has not. As Yike double Dark and Dagger doing good damage. Look towards mid. Caps tries to find Kana. Gold card hits him. Electrocute as well. Flashing forward is Kana, ordering him to death. Caps gets Destiny, and Kana thinks about where can I go. Into the base he sees Caps, but he will not press that R button a second time.
TP.
He does in the end. He's going to walk on back. Get toward the rest of KC. You said it's G2. Getting in position. It's Caps coming from base. It's KC into Pincer. A Sun turret up. Skewmon with the Sonic Wave onto Kalisz. He's got shields for days. Yike not finding anything with the poke trying to land off as Caps rolling down River. He's by himself though. He needs to get Kana, but he gets house pursued instead with distortion number 1. The Dark and Dagger's not connecting. He jumps back, he distortions in again. He gets wild growth. The Emperor's Divide though. Yeah, who finds a road? Skew1 finds a kick. A Sonic Wave with the 80 carry dead. As Hard summoned full HP. He's transcended while the rest of KC have descended to find off the pick. The capsule block looked in, but it was bloody genius.
A heavy commitment from...
Haven't had G2 with a chance to take a team forward.
Ooh, that Baron is melting though, and they can't even get close. Kalist doing a good job of acting as gatekeeper here.
Broken Blade needs to teleport in pretty soon, and it'll be on this ward in front of us, or the one next to the Baron. 7k as the poke with the Beyblade goes forward. Caps jump forward. Wild Growth is a knockup as well. Tidal Wave now used, but Baron committed. Baron still going down. Emperor's Divide. A road found, but at the cost of his life. The Caps will find the kill, but meanwhile, it's Hans Summer again. Yike flushes over, but doesn't get the steal. Hard versus the Lee Sin as KC are getting obliterated. And the man who got shut down early is having a lot more to say at this point in the game.
KC tried to take the same fight. Yeah, who thought the scoop would be enough, but he sent Skumond into the middle of his team, and G2 will take the fight and maybe just the game with this.
It all comes down to a couple of moments, a couple of team fights in this game. And KC were mitigated. A lead of almost 5,000 gold slipped away. G2 always come good during playoffs, and in game 3 they'll move to match point yet again in another upper bracket.
What a frustrating game for KC in such a winning position. But in the last few team fights, G2 simply navigated them better. Hans Summer steps up to the plate, Skumond with a fantastic kick. What a performance. G2 bring us to match point.
The Lee Sin is getting better here for Skumond, now moving to 2-5 in his career, as our AD will break down the calamity of that kill-a-minute game.
With the Jace, I could see the poke angle with the Rakan and maybe the Trundle there as well.
He's a brand mid.
I think it could be Brand
They are
mid,
doing Brand mid. Okay, they're actually going to in order to threaten the stun. Now Skumond attempting to come and help as mid laner has opened up for the crab to be stolen in the top side as the Brock goes in.
There it goes. A bit of movement speed comes out. Rather, he just finds his way in nicely onto Kalist. The damage from Hans Summer as he chases up. It's his ghost that's now threatening the arrow, the first blood. Hans Summer lands the Q, and that's all you need to know.
Hans Summer held onto that Q for so long, and that was your window. Like on this on this wave, Caps was going to hit 6, so you had that tiny window before Caps got to. Oh, wait a second.
Pulverize. I mean, this is greedy. Yahoo! Egregious behavior. The Alistar was on the wave, and Brand thinks I can flash it, but he never flashed.
What? I think,
No, it was just as was. Yeah.
So.
Oh, hang on, guys. No one report the Brov to Drew Levin.
Flash up as well. Skumond now level 6
flash.
Body slam, explosive cast. Oh, the infernal demon dodges away from the Ambessa ulti. Kana might flash away, but the flash is matched. Skumond, the dunk! Here it comes!
Oh, he
cancelled his auto! Kana gets out and Skumond forgot to hold that click in. Chains corruption down on the bottom lane. This kill's going to come through though. Exhaust and a flush from Hans Summer. The Brock getting low as a hail of arrows slows down Kalist, but Hans has lethal tempo. Kalist can only trade. 2 kills for Hans makes 3, and at least G2 do right down here.
Man, I think I owe an apology to Hans Sam and LeBron. They have been incredible in the 2v2. They're looking like the best bot lane in the LEC right
Body
now.
slam, the wave is thin. Infernal chains are going to connect. Yike doesn't get pulled back in. That saves his life.
Caps.
Cap's going to come in. Spirit Rush back up and available. This is a double kill waiting to happen with the Orbit Deception. He takes it. LeBron even TP's in for good measure. And G2 are 6-1.
Things are falling apart for KC as they are losing.
Underneath the Terra, Kana takes a Terra shot. He really wish he hadn't. And when Caps arrive in, it's really the TP from Lebrov that seals the deal here.
We don't get the look in, we're about to, but I think Live is a bit of trouble. Broken Blade, explosive cast yet again. Deadly flush from downtown, opens curtain goal. Broken Blade is dead. Good counterplay here as Yike only just survives. Lebrov gets in the way of the last bullet as Caps is in trouble, but ascending again is Skumond, and yeah, who is a Brand? This is the problem. He has no mobility. At least being able to walk it out now as good as it is. It's going to be dodge wave of Vedius. In trouble with the trample, the charm, the Orbit Deception, and the Fox out again. The heal, the entrance over the wall becomes an exit, but Lebrov, you can see in his eyes, wants it, but Cap's going to flash anyway to take the kill onto Vedius. 4-0
there. Getting the knock up, enabling the charm, the headbutt away, and Akana's in trouble.
No, okay, Ulti's going to be walked away from. As you said, that timing a little bit slower. Knock up here, Skumon incoming, Infernal Chains I'm waiting for. Drake counter step getting Kana away. That's buying the movement speed, but Labrov on him with a trample. There's those Infernal Chains, the sweet spots to be hit. All three of them, body slam for the barrel roll. Labrov and the Unbreakable will survive, but G2 on the hunt, the flash against the wall. Kana, he's not out, it's Broken Blade with a barrel down.
It's simply bullying from G2. Fight after fight, skirmish after skirmish. Yike, though, looking to punch back.
All right, well, Caps used a little bit before, but the Spirit Rush, I believe, up and available the last of his mana by Yehu took 2 turret shots. Now Yike is behind enemy lines. Skumon is beelining it down here as Yehu's going to walk up with him, but look, here comes the Demon again. The Aatrox doesn't need to ascend. He just needs to hit some sweet spots. Pillar in the way, E forward, Infernal Chains, Labrov even joins in again. This support is so annoying. Labrov makes sure Busio won't find a counter play. And even though Yike gets out, he just can't go a step right for KC.
It's simply a scrap on the Rift as KC are doing their best to find answers, but G2 are just...
About him as one of the best supports in the league, right? Like, that's why it oftentimes goes to someone else.
Yep.
This last couple of weeks, he has been insane. Like, he has been so well played on so many different types of champions.
Bro, that nerve, you can see the nerve. I'm sitting here saying, like, oh, for the average, but nah, bro, I'm average, and I would have dodged that. Bro, I 100% would have dodged that. Yeah. That's crazy. Okay, I mean, yeah. That's going to be first tower secure for G2. Things looking very dire right now for KC. I am looking at the minimap, and I see Labrov. He's hunting.
Yes, he is. Labrov looking for the knock-up. Trample's going to start us off. The quickness here from Busio Chains, though. It's not really. It's just Caps finding a charm. Excuse me. Busio's about to die as well after the Ike's already hit the dirt. Skumon's already ascended now on the Demonic Bow. The flash body slam. The barrel roll, the dunk. Skumon's going to take this one. And the next as well goes to Broken Blade. All going into a pile of shit for KC in game 4.
And with this one, it feels like the game is done.
Let's focus up. Don't throw this game. I'm gonna lose it, okay?
Bro is like... Pressure being put on all 3 lanes.
KC can't really do much. Cap's now going to roam. They're going to shove them off this mid tower, or they die.
Here comes Skumon. Kalista too far forward. He's going to be dark and bladed, and there's good knock up here, but Labrov, remember, is a bit of a tank. Charm dodged away from him. Meanwhile, we go to top side of the map, and you can see the Broken Blade's fighting it out, but mid turret is going to be dropping here. Poke not going to reach Kalista's hand. Sama tries to find a target, but Yike now having to go face check onto Labrov, the curtain call. He's going to trample. He's running for his life with the Unbreakable Will. He has been subjugated. Last shot going to be flashed away from by Labrov. He gets out safely. But G2 with an 8K.
50 until the next dragon. More than likely going to be the focus after this Rift Turtle take. And for KC, you kind of need... Oh, Busio.
Yeah, Busio's going to be charmed. He is a Rakan.
So that's how much damage with the Celestial opposition. Now it's gone.
Oh, they tried again.
The rotation. KC had to run the lower bracket. G2, it looks like they're going to rinse and repeat. As, yeah, that public execution ate it. Body slam forward with the barrel roll. Kana runs over it. He does good damage, but Labrov zones off Yike, so it is a true 1v1. Body slam hits. Barrel roll, flash from Kana. He dredges in the shield. It's unfair. Labrov got involved. He ruined the 1v1. Han Summers goes to Chain Corruption, flashed away from Yike. And there's a good knock up here from Busio. A deadly flash flashing from Yehu. The Pillar of Flame sets up the Pyroclasm. A shutdown as Labrov's got nowhere to go. The whole of KC on his head. Knock up there, and Labrov's comms must be popping off right now.
KC, they answer back. They get 2 kills, and they will secure the Herald. This, at the very least, will get them some gold back that they desperately need.
Yeah, they got to smile for a little bit, you know, in this game, and feel a little bit good about themselves until... Does Broken Blade get this?
He's going to hit his ult.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah,
and guess
yeah,
what?
yeah.
There's a trundle here. Charm not going to connect. Busio laid in wait as well. Subjugate and Broken Blade. He body slams, but he's dead. KC doing it again. It is a 1-for-1 trade so far. Yike got the shutdown. Remember, shutdown, key word. The Skumon looks at the chase with flash, with ulti. The target's going to be Yike for now. Busio here in the choke. Kites away. Dunk down, not going to be given in the Spirit Rush. But no charm.
Okay, gentlemen, the question I love to ask myself when I'm winning a solo queue game is, will we win this game or will it turn into team deathmatch? And right now, they will always take the 1-for-1 because of that bounty. So at the very least, KC, like, G2's happy that they got the tower on the dragon. KC's crazy. I mean, they do have the on-hit Varus will somewhat melt it.
I was going to say the one area where Brand gets value is if you're grouped to pick as well.
Pyroclasm I'm waiting for. Labrov gets ignited. Broken Blade has an angle here. Chains of Corruption now connect. This is dangerous for KC. Yehu gets bursted, has to flash away. Here comes the curtain call. Labrov gets a bomb back onto Vedius. Tries to find an angle. The quickness comes out. Skewmon looks for the dunk, but he went deep. He went deep versus the Brand. And now the passive is burning them alive. Kalista free firing as well. And G2 have done a whoopsie again as Kana looks for the chase down. 5 alive of KC, and G2 are not listening to Labrov as Busio flashes away to battle dance and get out of dodge. Yike looking for the chase down, body slammed away. The fight's not done yet with the barrel down on the ground. Yike is just free firing away, but Caps is going to clean up the play. He says, I'll do it myself. When hasn't he? The follow-up on the Kalist, the charm incoming, Foxfire, Orb of Deception, the charm connects, Hard gets the fire, Kana's down too. Caps the hero of EU and of G2.
Caps the only one listening to the comms.
Get the reset, start doing Aatrox things. Almost ends up throwing away the game as KC valiantly start to fight back. Yeah, you had such a good Brand ultimate. It got so much value in that choke point. But hey, ultimately it doesn't matter. That's going to be 5 Barons for G2. Dragon will be lost. But I think G2's still pretty happy with the outcome.
I mean,
no, it absolutely will.
G2 are walking down though. Skewmon, yeah, maybe just going to use the Baron. You're right. The Dragon goes down. Because I will say, if Caps didn't pull up that fight, that would have been horrible. Kana's now running into Caps, said man. Caps with the ulti up and available, holding onto it for now. Labrov goes into the unbreakable wheel. The curtain call going to run into the cow. It will do a bit of work, but he turns it into an engage. Labrov helps get the charm for Caps, and Skewmon gets the reset. It's winning this time, and Caps going to run it down mid. Get the charm again, and a public execution is only going to serve and sever KC. Broken Blade came in and said, peekaboo, I'm here too. But this game returns to being done as G2 look to remain victorious and playoff demons.
It was a 4 versus 5, and G2 still find the win. Yike tried to cut the wave, may cut Caps' life short, but it won't be the case either way. G2 going to crack open the base.
Yike can't do it. The charm's going to connect as well. The base not going to be open because Yehu's up in 1. But again, the gold massively in G2's favor. And Labrov, the gusto to turn around that play when he's about to die.
12, 0, and
he needs himself that third item, that rapid fire to safely hit from range. Labrov pops the ghost. Turret is going to be threatened and take it. Skewmon walks through mid with the rest of the Baron buff doing its work. KC, another lower bracket run going to be needed after this series. As G2 look to put the finishing touches on and be 1 step away from MSI again. The region that always delivers because of this team now has another chance to charm. Caps is that man on the RE 13 and 5. He's the king of the mid lane. He's the king of the region. And G2 are going to sweep KC under the rug. He has one more Spirit Rush in him. The charm not going to connect. Busio tries to get the fight out. He does with Caps, but where's the rest of the fight going? And Skewmon dunks down too. Yike left alone against his old organization. And G2 have never dropped to the lower bracket. Why would they start today as KC are going to have to do something furious in the lower bracket after G2 3-1 to open up our playoffs.
An insane performance by G2. They just looked 1 step ahead of KC for so much of this series.
And a domestic team fight around that Baron buff. But G2, they will continue their winning ways. You can vote for your player of the series, Caps, Hans Sama, and Labrov. I think it's very much...